me a story last fall about Mr. Albert Frederick. I used to drive him around a lot in winter. He was a lawyer, that man. A gros bonnet. I don't like him very much. Just the same, he had lots of money. And he likes music. He discovered a young musician by the name of Michel Lacoste. Poor Michel. He don't have much money, and he has a hard time living with the crazy wife and trying to make music. And there was a girl, Miss Roberts, an American. She was a writer, too. She was a nice girl. Oh, she was as pretty as my granddaughter, Marie-Thérèse.
L'Information, city desk. Yes? Yes, go ahead. Accident, 5:20 p.m. Hotel d'Hier Hospital. Rene Broncourt. Where? What age? Hit by truck? Is it critical? Yes. Yes, that's right. I have it. Thank you. Hello? This was phoned in from the Hotel d'Hier Hospital. Is it worth anything?
Rene Broncourt. Yes, there may be a story there. She was a very famous actress who left the stage years ago when her fiancé, Robert Marchand, died in an accident at Montmorency Falls.
All right. Shall I see her?
Yes, and look up Albert Frederick.
The lawyer?
That's right. He was a friend of theirs. I'd like you to do a feature on her career, and he can help you. And this will introduce you to him.
Okay, boss. Hotel d'Hier it is. Oh, is it?
It's a young lady from a newspaper. Do you wish to speak with her?
I'm glad the newspapers haven't forgotten me entirely.
How could they forget anyone as famous as you?
5 minutes only, please.
Miss Broncourt, I have a picture here from our files. Do you remember it?
Oh, yes. Yes. It was taken the week before Robert was killed.
Robert Marchand, your fiancé, I know. The accident at Montmorency Falls.
Oh, it was no accident. He was killed.
Oh, please, lie back, lie back. It wasn't an accident. But there was an inquiry.
He was murdered. They said I was insane. They put me away.
Miss Broncourt, who? Who did this to you? Who claimed you were insane?
Years later, they let me out. They said I was harmless then. I've lived in fear, dreadful fear, day and night. Day and night. Day and night.
You must rest. You mustn't excite yourself.
Day and night.
You'll have to leave now.
Oh, but this is important. Just another minute, please.
I'm sorry.
May I come back tomorrow?
Maybe.
Mr. Albert Frederick, please. Mr. Dulon of L'Information sent me.
Will you come in?
Thank you.
This way, please. If you'll wait in here. Ask her to wait, please. Very well, sir.
It's no good.
Oh, I thought it a delightful motif. I wish you'd finish.
Please don't be polite to me.
Oh, your artists are never satisfied with yourselves. Now, Michel, you really should be on top of the world. Finally, your concerto will be performed, and it is a great piece of music.
It could be.
Now, let's drink to your success.
My success.
Is it as bad as all that? Why don't you confide in me? You are all upset. You want to keep it within your four walls, but sometimes the walls are much thinner than one thinks. What's the matter with Blanche?
We just can't get along, that's all.
Another man?
No, there's no other man, no other woman. It's just between her and me.
Well, what is between her and you?
I don't know where to begin and where to end.
Hysteria? I'm an old lawyer. I've looked into many unhappy marriages. There are only a few basic causes.
No, it isn't Blanche's fault. You see, it all started when she realized that her voice wasn't good enough for a career.
That's unfortunate, but doesn't she realize that she's the wife of a man with a great talent, a great future?
She hates my music.
Well, she envies you. You have something and her life is empty.
She hates me, and that makes her think that I hate her. Do you want to listen to another record? It's not exactly music.
What is it?
Wait. This is what I heard this morning.
To whom it may concern, I, Blanche Lacoste, living in constant fear of death with which my husband threatens me, wanted known that should I be found dead, it was his doing. Blanche Lacoste.
I wouldn't take this too seriously. Maybe she found this device in a mystery book. You smoke too much. You worry too much. Try to muddle along until after the concert, and then we'll attack your marital problem. On the strength of this, we should be able to force a separation.
It's hopeless.
Michel, you can't go on like this. I know, I can foretell. Today you are sorry for her. You made a mistake and you want to carry the responsibilities. But one day it'll be too much. One day you will hate her. She's driving you to a crisis. Oh, you must excuse me for a few minutes. Somebody's waiting for me. Why don't you help yourself to another drink?
No, thank you. I must go now. I don't want her to be alone too long.
If you cannot find peace at your home, I can always put you up.
Thanks, Albert. You're very generous to me, as always.
You know why? Because I believe that someday you'll be a very famous man, and I want to be mentioned in your biography. I'm very vain, Michel.
Good night.
Good night. Miss Roberts?
Mr. Frederick,
How do you do?
good evening.
Won't you come into the library? I confess to a prejudice for open fires on a night like this. So you are working for my old friend, Durand?
Yes, he seems awfully nice.
Very charming. I've known him for more years than I care to remember.
Oh, surely you're a good deal younger than Mr. Durand.
Well, in spirit at least. May I offer you a brandy?
Oh, I'm afraid I haven't time, Mr. Frederick. You see, we go to press at midnight.
My dear Miss Roberts, it has taken this brandy 68 years to reach its full flavor. I am sure you can spare it 5 minutes.
Well, if you insist. But I'm very anxious to get all the information I can on Rene Brancourt. And since you knew her and Robert Marchand so well, I thought...
Rene Brancourt?
The actress. She was taken to the Hotel Dieu this evening.
To a hospital?
Yes. She was hit by a car. I don't think they expect her to live.
Poor Rene. Tragic end to a tragic career. You bring back sad memories. She was to have married my dearest friend, and then he died in an accident.
Yes, I know. She told me.
She told you? You talked with her?
Yes, just for a few minutes, though. I'm going to see her again tomorrow. She evidently doesn't believe that Marchand's death was an accident. In fact, she seems to be convinced.
Yes. Yes, I know poor Rene's fixation. But naturally, there was a very complete investigation at the time of the inquest, so...
Evidently, you agree, Mr. Frederick, that the shock unbalanced her mind?
My dear Miss Roberts, I'm not an expert. But 2 of our leading doctors agreed that it had. So there was nothing else to do but accept their opinions.
I suppose you're right, but there was something about the way she talked. And I think she knows the end isn't far away. Doctors are no doctors. It's hard to believe.
It is hard. And it's heartbreaking. I must telephone the hospital and see if there's anything I can do for her.
Oh, I've upset you. I'm sorry. Mr. Durand thought, well, maybe you'd be able to give me some personal details.
I am upset. This comes as rather a severe shock. I'm afraid there isn't really anything I could do for you right now. But supposing I call Durand in a couple of days, and then, if you don't mind coming back.
No, I'd be glad to. Thanks for all your kindness to me.
Oh, I assure you it was nothing. At least I've had the good fortune of making your acquaintance.
Thanks again. Good night.
Good night, Miss Roberts, but not goodbye, I trust. Hotel Dieu?
Yes? Yes? Oh, are you a relative? I see. Well, I'm sorry to tell you that Miss Drancourt died half an hour ago.
Oh. Thank you. Mr. Durand, please.
Hello?
Hello, Edward. This is Albert Frederick. I want to congratulate you on your taste in reporters. As you get older, it's improving.
Maybe you're just getting more appreciative the older you get. Charming, obviously. Also a good reporter, which is something else again.
No doubt. But seriously, my friend, why assign a reporter to reopen old wounds? Poor Robert is dead for 20 years, and I just heard that a half an hour ago, Rene Brancourt passed away. Why not let them rest in peace?
Yes, I think you're right, Albert. Maybe just a brief obituary might be best.
That's right. Thank you. Good night.
Good night, Albert.
Mr. Frederick was most charming.
I was just speaking to him. He told me Rene Brancourt just died.
Oh, no. Poor thing. Mr. Frederick must have phoned the hospital right after I left. He's a very interesting man, your friend.
Yes, he's a connoisseur. He's a great believer in beauty. Nobody in the city does more for the arts. Incidentally, I don't think we'll be running that story on Rene Brancourt.
Oh, now wait. There's front-page news in this Rene Brancourt story. Read that.
No, we're just printing an obituary.
All right. That's what Mr. Frederick wants.
That's what I want.
Okay, boss. You're the editor. On your forehead, Mr. Durand.
Huh? Oh, how did you know?
Maybe I'm psychic.
Miss Roberts, somebody wants to see you.
Me?
Yes.
Good evening. You wanted to see me?
Yes. I'm sorry to tell you that Miss Broncourt...
Yes, I know.
Well, she made me promise to bring you these. And she said not to give them to anyone but you.
Keys?
Yes. To her room. 117 sous le cap.
117 sous le cap. Where's Rene Broncourt's room?
She's not home.
I know. I have to get some things from her room.
Upstairs, number 7.
Thank you. Better lend me one of your 9 lives. You just frightened me out of one of mine. I bet you're hungry. I'll let you out when I leave.
want it?
Oh, yeah, thank you. I was just leaving. Oh, by the way, there's a little kitten in there. I don't think she's been fed today.
Oh, don't worry about her. His face is full of mice.
Excuse me, Jean. Could we have a little more expression from the strings?
Certainly, monsieur.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, the last 6 bars, please.
Mr. Lacoste, your wife's on the phone.
Again, I'm sorry.
We'll wait for Monsieur Lacoste.